You keep waiting for them to realize what they did to you. They never will. While you replay it every night, they have already moved on, because in their story, you were never even the victim. Machiavelli understood this 500 years ago. People don't see their cruelty as cruelty. They see it as necessity. And that is what makes them dangerous. There is a question you have asked yourself 100 times, usually at 2 in the morning, usually after replaying the same 5 minutes of a conversation until the words lose their shape.
You have built an entire courtroom in your head for this person. You have played prosecutor, judge, and jury. You have presented the evidence, the broken promise, the cruel silence, the moment they chose themselves over you. And you have waited for the verdict to land on them the way it landed on you. It never does, because they were never in your courtroom. They built their own. The person who hurt you is not lying awake wrestling with guilt. In their version of events, you are not the wounded party. You are a complication they resolved. Real harm rarely comes wrapped in self-awareness. It comes wrapped in justification. They didn't abandon you. They protected their peace. They didn't lie to you. They avoided a conversation you weren't ready for. They didn't betray you. You made it impossible to stay.
Notice the architecture. Every excuse relocates the cause of harm from their action to your existence. You didn't get hurt because of what they did. You got hurt, in their telling, because of who you are. Too sensitive, too much, too difficult. This is not an accident of memory. It is the mechanism. The mind will do almost anything to avoid holding two incompatible truths at once. I am a good person, and I did something that hurt someone. Psychologists call this cognitive dissonance. Everyone has felt the thing it describes. There are only two ways to resolve it. One is to change the behavior, to face what you did and become someone who would not do it again. Almost no one chooses that path voluntarily.
The other path is faster. You change the story instead of the self. And the mind has 3 tools for doing this without permission. The first is self-serving bias. The mind credits itself for the good and blames circumstances for the bad. Success becomes, I worked hard. Harm becomes, I had no choice. The second is moral licensing. A person who has been generous, loyal, good, quietly grants themselves credit for it, then spends that credit on the one person they weren't good to. The past good deed becomes a license for the present harm. The third is memory reconstruction. Every time a person recalls an event, the memory becomes briefly unstable, and in that instability, the brain rebuilds it. After enough retellings, the person is not lying when they tell the gentler version. They are remembering it. The distortion happened quietly, one memory at a time.
3 mechanisms, 1 result. In their own mind, there was nothing to get away with. Machiavelli wrote that the easiest person to deceive is the one doing the deceiving, because they need the lie to be true more than anyone else in the story. This is why confrontation so rarely works the way you hope. You can hand someone a mirror, and if the reflection threatens their identity, they will simply tell you that you are holding the mirror wrong. Here is what this actually costs you. You are not grieving what happened anymore. You are grieving the apology you have already written in your head, the one where they finally understand, finally say the words. You have rehearsed that scene so many times, it feels like a memory instead of a fantasy. You think you are being patient. You are not. You are extending a trial that ended a long time ago, from a judge who already left the courtroom. And every day you wait is a day you hand them a piece of your peace. While their memory has been softening, yours has been doing the opposite, sharpening, replaying, etching itself deeper with every rehearsal. The waiting is not preserving the truth. It is preserving the wound. Their failure to see it does not change what it was. The event does not require a witness to be true. You were there. That is enough, because it is the only verdict you are actually going to get. Healing begins the moment you stop needing the person who hurt you to be the one who fixes it. Now, turn the mirror around. Is there a version of you doing the exact same thing to someone else right now without realizing it? A friendship you let go cold instead of ending honestly. A boundary you called self-care when it was actually convenience. A silence you called needing space when it was actually avoidance. The same mind writing your story, the one where you did nothing to deserve what happened, is the same mind everyone else uses, including the people who hurt you. The mechanism is not unique to villains. It is universal. It simply points in a different direction right now, because right now, you are the one in pain, not the one causing it. Once you see the mechanism clearly, you stop needing them to be uniquely evil to explain what happened. A person protected their self-image at the cost of your pain, and the protection worked so well, they no longer remember it as a choice. That is not a satisfying ending, but it is an honest one, and honest endings are the only kind that let you put the story down. 3 laws. The first law: stop waiting for the verdict and deliver it yourself. You were the only witness who matters. Write it in your own mind, once, clearly, and stop submitting it for review.
The second law: do not mistake their peace for innocence. Peace is not proof of righteousness. Sometimes it is simply proof that the story rewriting worked. Do not let their calm convince you that you imagined the damage. The third law: protect the mechanism in yourself before it protects you from someone else's pain. The discipline is catching yourself the moment you reach for it and choosing the harder path, facing what you did instead of reframing why it wasn't really your fault. They may never see what they did, and you no longer need them to.